Hi, I'm Konstantinos from OPTOMAN. Thank you for joining my online presentation on how to keep your cool when sourcing for quality laser optics. The process of specifying and sourcing optical components can become a headache for both engineering and procurement teams. At OPTOMAN, we believe in mutually beneficial partnerships and co-creating value with our customers. In the next 10 minutes, I will share 3 tactics that can help you aligning expectations with your optics supplier, on the same time saving time and money ordering optics. Relax and build your laser. OPTOMAN have your back. Let's get started. It seems a common misconception that optics is defined just by one parameter, that is, what wavelength it transmits or reflects, or does both. This misconception can lead to ugly results, waste of time, money, and nerves discussing with sales operator about bad outcomes you have not expected. Or it can go other way around. Before choosing optics you want, you spend hours and hours on research of optical catalog instead of focusing on your project. The first tip, think about your application and do not be limited about the picks in the catalog. Optics should not be main concern for you when thinking about your project. Answer to the questions like what results I want to achieve, what results will be satisfying, or what is out of consideration. Do not try to play puzzles with optics that are written down in catalogs, because eventually you might end up satisfying your optics supplier but not your project. Bring the challenges to your optics supplier. The optics supplier will raise the red flags about the aspects of your project that should be closer look at. This cooperation brings us to the next tip. The second tip sounds like this. Single out just one parameter that is crucial in your project. Just one parameter. Without what your project would not work. Is it LIDT or absorption or reflection or transmission or a long lifetime or something so specific and important just for your project? And it doesn't matter what it is exactly. The most important thing is that you have your priorities straight. Why this is important? Because based on this information, it is possible to make optical designs that can perform better than any other optical components that would likely to maybe fit to many brackets. And we are talking about very special, your project. You want to have something that stands out, to have outstanding result. This takes us to the third tip on how to buy the special laser optics. The third tip is to invite to discussion your optics supplier at early stage of the project. Only if you have the optics expert by your side, you can maximize project results. Why not to get optic experts on the board as early as possible? You don't need to be a jack of all trades to leave optic riddles to the person who makes living out of it. With optic experts by your side, you'll be safe of not making projects with designs for optics that is impossible to manufacture. And over-engineering is a real problem nowadays. Real ingenuity is finding simple solutions to complex problems. I have one more bonus optics tip of the day. If you do not feel confident about your optics supplier as an expert in laser optics, contact OPTOMAN. At OPTOMAN, we are curiously trying to understand the application the optics will be used for and how optics may help whole system to perform better. The talented team of optical engineers optimizes optical coatings for specific application to have peak performance. We are focused only on one technology, that is ion beam sputtering. With our focus being just one technology, we are getting the best out of it. I understand it might be a doubt in customers' mind that having customized application tailored optics is too expensive. The whole coating process just for one optical component sounds expensive, but real cost is to underperform. I would like to summarize what I have just said. First, think about your application and leave optic question for later. Second, pinpoint the most important parameter you're raising for optical components. Third, invite optics supplier to discussion as early as possible. And last but not least, choose OPTOMAN as your optics supplier. And now I would like to thank you for listening. And what questions do you have for me?